Hi everyone, my name is Susie Q and I am the owner and maker of Glitter with Susie Q. If you like the content that you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and share. You can also connect with me by Facebook, Instagram, and email. Hey everyone, we're back this week and we are going to make this peekaboo wood grain paint deer foresty tumbler. This tumbler was such an easy one to make and it was so fast. So if you need a quick gift for a man or a woman who likes deers and hunting and forest and all that, this one is the perfect one to watch. So I don't often show me spray painting the cups, but I decided to go ahead and show you guys what I do in order to spray paint. So I normally start on the bottom and I just do a real quick back and forth motion while I am pressing down the button for the spray paint to come out. And that's all I do. It's that quick, that easy. I might go over a couple of spots again if I can really see that stainless steel through the white, but I try to do really short bursts of spray paint. That way you don't have runs going down your cup that you could potentially see, especially if you're doing a wood grain look. So this is the part where we are going to make our cup look wood grain. What I'm doing is I am taking this brown alcohol ink. I just got this from Hobby Lobby and this little makeup wedge sponge thing. And I am going to squirt some of the brown alcohol ink onto that wedge and then just glide that wedge all over my tumbler. If you were going to make a wood grain tumbler, I would highly recommend using glossy spray paint. I have noticed that I get better coverage and it is easier for my sponge to move not so jagged on the glossy spray paint. So my recommendation would be, if you are going to do a wood grain, I would spray paint your cup with glossy spray paint. That way it has a slick surface for your sponge and your alcohol ink to just slide right over. So again, I'm gonna just refill my, my makeup wedge, and I am just gonna start at the cup at the bottom and go to the top. I'm going in one direction and I'm going from bottom to top. If there is a part that you get to that you don't really like the way it's looking, I would do your best to correct it in that moment. Because alcohol inks dry so quickly, really once it dries, it's dry, and that's kind of gonna be how it looks. You can go in with damage control and do some alcohol ink and stuff, but in my experience, if I don't correct a problem right then, you can really see it even if you go in with damage control with alcohol. So just whenever you feel like you don't have enough alcohol ink on your sponge, go ahead and squirt some more alcohol ink onto your sponge and go back to your tumbler and keep doing the process over and over again until you get the coverage that you like. If you wanted to make it a little bit darker, you could add one layer of alcohol ink, let it completely dry, and then you can go in with another layer of alcohol ink. Personally, I like the color that comes out of this alcohol ink, so I just do one layer of alcohol ink. please excuse my hand bandages in the next couple of clips. Over the next few videos, you're gonna notice I am wearing bandages. I just had carpal tunnel and cubital tunnel surgery, and so I had to keep these bandages on in order to, let my wrist and my elbow heal. So excuse the bandages, but I'm okay. So you'll notice that I put on the top to my cup. The reason why I put the top on my cup is because I want these two stencil vinyls, one to be on the front and one to be on the back. And I want them to be centered on the front and on the back. So I am using the lid and the markings on the lid to help me match up my center point for the front and for the back. So that's why I put my lid on for this. So I just went into Cricut Design Space and I found this kind of deer with some trees behind it, kind of a foresty look, and I cut it out on my Cricut, and then I'm going to apply one of these stencils to the front and one of these stencils to the back. I'm doing this so that when I take this outside here in just a few moments to spray paint it, clearly the wood grain will show through where the stencil, wherever I place the stencil. So if you don't like a part of your wood grain, like if you have a mess up, this is the perfect opportunity to cover that up, because whatever you don't put the stencil on is going to be covered up with spray paint. So if you have a big whoopsies from applying your alcohol ink, no worries, it's not a big deal. Just don't put your stencil vinyl on that spot and no one will ever know. So here I am just applying the stencil as straight and as evenly and in the center as I possibly can. I'm gonna apply it, then I'm gonna take the transfer tape off of it, and then I'll do the same thing to the back, and then I'm gonna take it outside and I'm gonna spray paint it a gray color. I do not remember off the top of my head what color this gray color is, but it will definitely be in the description below. So if you like this gray color, I got it at Home Depot, and I will just throw that link in the description below for you. now that my cup is fully spray painted, it is time to peel off the stencil vinyl. I know in a couple of videos ago, I showed you guys how to put glue on top of your stencils in order to find them easier. Since I'm not putting any glitter on this cup, I did not need to go through that step. So you'll notice that my decal, my stencil vinyl is smooth, and that's because since there's only paint and no glitter going on top of this, you can easily see where your stencil is, and so you don't need to go through the step of adding the hot glue to find your stencils. But you'll just see that I am very carefully peeling up this stencil vinyl. You want to make sure that you're going really slow, and you want to make sure that your paint is really dry. You do not want to start peeling your stencils up until your paint is dry. If you do, if you don't wait long enough, your paint is not going to peel correctly. You're going to just, trust me, it's not a pretty sight. So just make sure that your paint is thoroughly dry. And as you guys will see, I'm kind of going in sections, and then I'm snipping off all that extra stencil vinyl because I don't want the stencil vinyl to accidentally fall on top of the paint and then potentially peel that paint up. So I'm just going as slow as I possibly can, and I am trimming away any extra stencil vinyl that I can in order for it not to fall back down onto my cup. All right, so on the other side, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I wanna say a really, really humongous thank you to all of the people who are supporting me in this YouTube journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I love that you watch these videos, and it means the world to me. If you haven't done so already, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button down below, if you also wouldn't mind liking this video and also sharing it with your friends. If you think that this is something that they would like to see, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you have any questions about how I do something or just a comment that you've noticed, please leave that down below too. I really do my best to get back to every single comment that somebody puts down in the comment section. And so if you have a question, or if you have something that you want to say, or if you see me doing something and you're like, hey, I have an easier way of doing that, please leave it down in the comments below. I am all about that. I love, sharing quote unquote trade secrets with everybody. And so, let's help each other out, and let's go make some tumblers. All right, you guys, it's time to put some epoxy on your cup so that you can preserve it for a very long time. You'll notice that this is the first epoxy that we've used on this cup. So I went ahead and I put on 2 layers of epoxy. My first layer, then after my first layer, I cleaned up the rim, gave it a quick sand, put another layer of epoxy on, and that's this cup. Very easy, very quick, but also a really awesome cup. And here's the final look. I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. I think it is really cool. I think that it could be, like this one is meant for a man, so I think that it could be a man's cup, but you can also put some pink on this or put whatever favorite colors, throw some glitter in there, and then you also have a lady's cup. So this cup is very versatile, it's really cute, and it was super, super easy to make. You can connect with me on social media with Facebook and Instagram, and you can also send me an email. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. But now it's time for you to watch the video that's suggested for you on the screen. Have a great day. Bye.